It's a weird abrupt stop. Hey everybody, that was a weird ending. Hey, hope you guys are doing well. Hey, Eric with Colorado Storm Chasers. Hey, we got a lot to talk about weather-wise. So what's up, Jen, Johanna, Greg? I see a bunch of people popping on. So good seeing you guys. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. I told you I would give you an update as will begin to kick off tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, really, after dark, for the most part. What's up, Greg? Hey, Michelle. After dark in Colorado, and then as we get into Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, that system will progress off to the east. You can see a little bit of that system here as it begins to eject out of Canada here and move into the Rockies and then work its way across. So we're going to dive down and look at it here. We're going to take a first look again. Same place we started last night. I like looking at 500 millibar winds, right? Remember, we're looking for that ski jump look. There is your ski jump look, right? Deep trough, ejecting out of the southwest, pulling up moisture, really taking it across. And means that there'll be a surface low that will set up right about here. And the backside of that surface low will bring the snow to Colorado. We'll get to it. We'll get to all your places, I promise. Be patient. We're going to go west to east. So hang in there as we work ourselves across the country here, talking about it, because we're going to do it as the timeline sets up. So let's go right into Colorado first. Colorado will see the most snow the quickest. We're going to do, again, what I like to do is a blend of models. GFS is one model. GFS has been showing crazy amounts of snow for some areas. And we're going to look at a blend of those models. What's up, Heidi? Good seeing you as we move into the next couple of days. So let's look at Colorado. We'll work our way east. Here comes Colorado on Tuesday tomorrow. Really don't think the snow kicks in till after sunset. The mountains will obviously get some before sunset, but I really don't think until after sunset here until the 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, hi to your goofball, midnight time period we see the snow kick in. So as you see by 11 o'clock, north you're getting some snow, south we're beginning to get snow, really get good snow overnight and into Wednesday. And we'll see snow all the way through the day on Wednesday until Thursday morning. Now, totals have increased, right? So here's I-25, seeing as much as 8 inches along I-25, right? It's about 6 for Denver, maybe 4 for Castle Rock. Colorado Springs, all depends on where in the Springs you are. East side of the Springs will see less. West side will see more. South will see a little bit more here in Colorado Springs, El Paso. Pueblo, you will get some, but not as much. And then as we get further off to the west, we'll see those in totals increase. Where I'm liking snowfalls tomorrow are like the Boulder area, like the Golden area. Man, you could see 10, 11, 12, 13 inches of snow in the foothills tomorrow. Colorado Springs, maybe 7 inches. We get a little bit west into kind of Teller, and we get into western El Paso. We may see 7, 8, 9, 10 inches here. My house could see as much as a foot. We could see some foot totals on the western side of I-25 if snow sets up right. So, again, what we're looking at is these totals of everyone should see along 25, 5 to 9 inches. Some will see more. The further west you are, more. And again, this is a blend of models. Let's look at one other model. We're going to look at the Euro, which people really tend to like and build upon. The Euro is a little less in some of the totals, right? This is why we're averaging out those totals. Whereas you look at something like the GFS, it's probably going to show more in some areas. Okay? So someone is the outlier in here, probably the NAM. The NAM has a tendency to overdo snow in some of these areas. So again, these are all the models kind of mixed together. Does it mean they're going to be exactly right? No. It means you're going to get something close to kind of what we're telling you, right? Kind of get close to those totals of, I don't want to go too far out here, of 7 inches in Colorado Springs. Maybe we get further down here towards, Canyon City, we could see 10, 11, 12. But yeah, so I think those you're looking at some totals. Caroline, not so much this time. Cold air behind the system may keep the snow for a little bit. The sun will certainly help. But we are going to get some cold temps behind this. So I think you've all seen your totals. I'm looking to make sure I don't miss any of your questions because I don't necessarily want to go back if we don't have to for this area because we're going to move ourselves east. But again, then looking at temperatures behind that system as we get into Tuesday, look at the Thursday. Temperature only in the teens. That's going to keep that that snow around for a little bit. We're not really going to warm up, until we get into the weekend here. Okay, got it. Yeah, you're going to hit a lot of snow, Paula. The Boulder, Longmont area, you could see 10 inches. So, again, all depends. Snow kicks in kind of tomorrow evening after sunset. You guys will probably see some snow right before sunset up there, but we're not going to get a lot of accumulation until after sunset. Okay, that's Colorado for now. Let's continue to work our way off to the east. Let's look at snowfall totals across Kansas, across Oklahoma. Again, blending models. Okay, as we get here's our Colorado snow, eastern slope, an area of like Springfield, Dodge City, that area of western Kansas, could get 6-7 inches, right? We talked about that panhandle. 4 inches anywhere in the panhandle, 4 inches anywhere across Oklahoma, 4 to 5. And then we'll talk about this big swath here in the east here in a second. Okay. What's up, Michelle Bradley? Good seeing you. It's probably a good call, Michelle. Probably a good call. Although Thursday, I think we'll be okay. We'll be trending in the right direction. It's really going to be Wednesday morning and afternoon and evening that are really going to suck as far as road conditions. But good call. Not a lot of wind. This isn't a blizzard setup. In fact, let me go back to wind here. Good question. This isn't a big wind setup. It's not a strong surface low, that's spinning away. I'll just look at the NAM here real quick. Good question. I missed that. Really good question. But it's, we're not going to see, behind this system Tuesday, you can see just not going to get a lot of that wind here behind that system. So pretty calm winds. Not going to be blizzardish. Man, find the cold front, huh? Look at that cold front ripping right through here. So not a lot of wind. Good question. All right. Let's go and look at same area. Let's look at ice. So let's drop down a little bit here. Sorry, I just got off the treadmill. I feel like I dry cleaned my lungs a little bit. Let's go back to the blend again. Yeah, Michelle, you will be, but with no snow to it. Sorry to hear that, right? Again, here's our snowfall for the south. I'll go your way, Michelle. You can see that dividing line. So we're going to see snow. But watch when we kick in the ice starting tomorrow, more like Wednesday here. We get in the Wednesday afternoon. Here comes the ice across the southern plains. Dallas, Oklahoma City, not like last time. Not as much ice, not as cold temperatures as last time. We will see single digits getting all the way into this area. But it won't be like we had a year ago or a year and a half ago. But it will be pretty significant with ice. Lots of ice as we move off to the east. We'll get there in a second. So there's a look at some of your ice totals here across the south. Jason, we won't. We'll get some cold temperatures. I don't know if we'll get that cold with wind chills. Going north. Looking at snowfall. The system really is going to miss you to the north. Right? It's that deep ski jump moving off to the south. Really going to miss anything up here. Okay? Let's look at temps. Look at wind chill. Jason asked it. Let's just look at wind chill temperatures the next couple of days. Look at the deep temperature surge here as we get into Thursday, and I'll move down. Whoa, Nelly, look at Thursday night. I'm sorry, Thursday morning. Man, 45 below, 50 below with wind chill here in North Dakota. Man, oh man, that will be cold. 20s all the way across South Dakota. Below, negative teens all the way across Nebraska. Again, wind chill. Let's move our way down, and then we'll work our way east. Wind chill. As we get into Wednesday, let's get all the way into Thursday when it'll probably be the worst. Let me just see where they peak here real quick. Oh, we're going into singles. That's really weird. This model accelerates. All right, so there's a look at Thursday morning. 5 below, 10 below. You're pretty close, Jason. For wind chill. All negatives for the most part. Negative wind chills on Thursday morning. As that wind kind of picks up a little bit behind that cold front. All right. Let's go east, and I'll answer all your questions. We'll go back to anywhere you want to go back. Okay? Ohio Valley. Gonna have some ice problems. Go back to our blend. Oh, we are already in a blend. Let's talk about the ice, which would be the biggest problem we're gonna see across the Ohio Valley. It's gonna be this swath of heavy ice northeastern Missouri. I'm sorry, northeastern Arkansas, southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, northwestern Kentucky, getting into Indiana, a little bit in Ohio. That's going to be the problem, right? Going into Wednesday and Thursday, we'll look at the timing. Lisa, I'm looking at your email. I think you'll be fine tomorrow night, Lisa. I think it doesn't really kick in really strong till after midnight. You'll get some snow, but I think the roads will be just fine. Lisa, I think you'll be okay. Look at the timing of this event here with this ice. Ice begins really Wednesday morning. Heavy ice in that area Thursday afternoon. Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon for this area. Okay? And working its way all the way across. Got it. Yes, blanket for the Ohio ponies. Exactly. Paula, thanks for the stars. You don't need to do that. Okay, let's move a little bit north and talk about the snow. I'm from Michigan. All my Michigan friends are losing their mind. All my Indiana, Ohio friends are losing their mind. And then we'll move over and talk about the East Coast with this here. There's your ice. Look at the snow. Now, the snowfall totals have been varying a little bit with this. I haven't even looked to see what the 18Z shows. It's kind of trended. They've stayed about the same. So I think our models are pretty much locked in here for the East and the Great Lakes. You're going to have this swath of foot-long totals all the way across central Illinois, north and more northern Indiana, Fort Wayne, Logansport. I didn't grow up. I lived in this area for a long time. My friends in the fort expect about a foot. Friends in, working towards Toledo, expect a foot. Southern counties of lower Michigan, Monroe County, Lenawee County, could get about a foot. Detroit, you're going to be right on the edge. What's fascinating is these sharp gradients. I mean, look, where you go from you go to Monroe County, and then you go up to, the Thumb, which is an hour and a half drive. You drastically change some of these snowfall totals. Even out here where we go, 2 or 3 counties over, and we go from 12 inches to 1 inch. Big stinking gradients, right, of snow. And then where they're not getting snow, they're going to get ice around here. A little bit further to the south. Okay? And then we work our way east. This is one of those systems where every Great Lake is going to have some strong snow along the lake effect. And you're going to see no ice. You're going to see snow all the way along the coastline. Okay, as we get into, there's that foot, pretty much a foot everywhere along the lakeshore. Cleveland, Buffalo, Rochester, all the way up into Maine. You're going to see that heavier snow really kicking in. So, Jen, you didn't miss anything in Memphis. That's why. So, going back. Memphis, really down here, Jen. Really going to be too far south for it. But really be a significant issue. We'll go right into it so you can see it. Oh, they not have Memphis on their map. That's weird. You got gypped. Does it show up on the Mississippi map? It doesn't. Weird. I'm just looking at this maps they have on Pivotal. I not have Memphis on here. How random is that? But you can see that most of the ice is going to be north of Nashville. Yeah, Johanna, Thursday and Friday are going to be really snowy for you. So, as you can see already, we flip screens. National Weather Service, winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, all up and down. There, we're in storm watches, winter storm warnings. Oops. Red flag warnings, fire danger. Okay, so we got a pretty colorful map, right? All right, so where am I missing? All right, back to Colorado. Where did you miss before we kind of move on? Here's snowfall totals for Colorado. Again, a blend. So it could be a little bit higher, could be a little bit lower, but here's kind of a rough estimate of what you're going to get. Yep. Yeah, I think they're going to be okay, Jen. Let's see, along the Mississippi, just south of the Missouri border. Yeah, I mean, pretty good spot, Kyle. That kind of that border between Missouri and Arkansas, right in the bullseye of all that ice. Okay. So again, there's a look at Colorado again. Let me take a little sip of my soda. All right, where am I missing? What else do you want to know? Like I said, an active pattern. You're gonna go for a, gonna get a couple of these. Gonna get a couple of these. So, GMF Doggo, is that it? As in Green Mountain Falls? Doggo? Yeah. Yeah, Tara. You can Tara. Sorry, I never know. You can see Walsenburg, Trinidad, right along 25. Right? Gonna be a sharp gradient between where you kind of get 3, 4, 5 inches along the highway. So if I go west, into the mountains, get elevation, I'm gonna get a lot of snow very fast. But right along 25, 5, 6, 7 inches for most people. Hey, I saw your post on it, Johanna. It's a really good beer. So, yeah, Jason, I am gonna call it more at your house, Jason, because you're on the west side, right? I'm gonna go 9 inches at your house, Jason. I'm thinking it's gonna trend over. So I'm gonna go 9 at your house, Jason. You'll probably be right. You typically are with this kind of stuff. We will be out on snow patrol. We'll be covering all of this tomorrow night, all day Wednesday, all that stuff. Yep. Kyle, wow, Jessica, that's crazy. Kyle, it's been trending higher, in my own opinion. But let's take a look. Actually, I'll show you. This is kind of fun. We can do this with this model. So what you do is you pick a point in time. So we'll pick like 78 hours out from when this model ran, which is a few hours ago, and then we'll go compare model runs. Actually, this is comparing models. Let's not do that. Let's do the model trend, which is a blend anyway. So it's kind of like getting both at the same time. Select all, and let's watch. Good question, Kyle. Here we go. That's the beginning. You can see the last couple runs. Snow has increased over the last last two runs. So those runs are 6 hours apart. So we're trending upward in our snow as we get a little bit closer to it, Kyle. Good question, man. Let me go back to our single image. There we go. Good question, dude. Make sure what other questions. Yeah, Jen, you guys got down the 30s down there. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, Jason, I think you're gonna be close. So, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of ice, Caleb. Core, maybe. Yeah, I think in Lamar, you're gonna have that pocket to your southeast. It's gonna have quite a bit. So, 11.6. That's very precise in their forecast for you, Charlene. We'll see. Cassie, maybe. I forget where you're at, Cassie. You're north, right? You got to get west. If you're closer to like Boulder, you got a shot, Cassie, for a foot. Oh, I want to try the Hershey. I tried the Hershey Porter. It's really good, actually. Johanna. Um, yeah, Kyle, it may. I saw some of the local stations like KKTV have called for 5 to 10 now for Colorado Springs, kind of the west side. So they've even ticked up their own amount. So we'll see, right? Um, Jolene, yeah, we talked about it. Sorry, I think you must have just joined us because we did a whole journey through everywhere. Um, Iowa, you're gonna miss most of it. As you see here, by Iowa, it's gonna go mainly to your south. So you're gonna miss almost all of it there in Iowa. Yep. Oh, Northgate, Cassie. I'm sorry, I always forget where everybody lives on here. I wish you guys had like Cassie, and then next to your name you had Northgate. So I could just see your name. Northgate, you're further north. There's a possibility, but I don't. Unless we'd have to really overperform to get that much. I think west of the highway got a little better of a chance because you go up in elevation a little bit. But you can see here the north side, Colorado Springs, even in the model, some places that are showing 7, 8 inches here. Um, Black Forest here, 6 inches. So we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, John, that's good. Yeah, you just joined, Jolene. No worries. Um, for KC, yeah, Cindy, KC. Let's go look at Kansas City here on the models. Right now, you're really close to that gradient, right? You go a little bit further south, and you're solidly in the 7 inch area, 8 inch area. I do think around the Kansas City area, I do think you're probably gonna land in that 7 inch mark, somewhere around there. Bundle of at 60, nice. Um, yeah, corn, as you can see, you asked about the blended models. It really only it doesn't do severe weather. So notice here on the left hand side, it only blends temperature, wind chill, dew point. The quantitative precipitation, like how much water's in the precip, and then winter weather. It doesn't do severe weather. I just use it for snow because I like it blends out the snow models. Yep. So yeah, Cassie, I think that's right. Maybe 8 inches. You're probably looking more like that 7, 8 inch mark. Yep. Hey, no problem, Kyle. See you later, dude. Yep. It's about the same. I think it's probably a good number there. Any thunder snow? Yeah, there was. I knew you'd ask that, Jason. I was just waiting for you to ask it. And one way to look at it is to look at instability. So if we go to like the NAM for tomorrow, and we look at severe weather, and we look at am I only stuck in snow? What's going on here? Oh, you know what? The weather models might be in winter mode. How is that? Oh no, I got to go to regional. I'm like, what's going on here? I don't get the severe parameters when we only go state level. So if you go and you look at the instability tomorrow, you'd have to have some pretty good cape. See if we get any. I think I saw some on some maps. Oh, I don't see any, Jason. I don't know if we're gonna have enough convection. So you really have to get those strong updrafts of snow, um, and then they trigger a little bit of lightning and thunder. I don't see any. Bummer. I was hoping we would actually. Good question though. Guess you'll take it, Cassie. We'll take everything we can get. Oh my gosh, right? Um, Denver weather forecasting rain. It's not, Nancy. At least I don't think so. I was looking at some of the NWS out of Pontiac, um, and I think I what I saw was a substantial amount of snow on their forecast. So I didn't see the rain on their forecast, Nancy. Um, yeah, Cindy, these storms coming out of the mountains, they shift so much. So I like that 7 inch total right now for you guys. But yep. All right, when you start your new training that you were going to be doing, will you still be doing this stuff? Yeah. So Julian, I think you're talking about my firefighting training. I'm actually in it right now. I've finished all my online wildland fire certification stuff, but I am responding to calls. So I have my phone on right now. If I got toned out, I would probably just end this a little bit early and then come back. But I responded to a medical run today. I responded to a traffic accident yesterday. So yeah, I have the ability in our department here in Green Mountain Falls to be able to choose the things I respond to. So if I'm out and about and chasing, I won't respond to incidents. We don't have a schedule. Everyone just responds when they can. So I have a little bit of flexibility. But yeah, I'll be doing all the same storm chasing. And actually, I'll be doing more of it this chase season. I have the entire month of May off to go chase. So it's going to be pretty dry, Jessica. Yeah. Um, yeah, there's just this system. It's dipping out of the south, so I have a little bit more moisture than typical, but it's still going to be pretty dry. Yeah, I'm not sure, Nancy. Check again, see if that's still the case. Thanks, Jolene. I appreciate it. Jeff, I love the snow dance. You should post a video of that. Yeah, Jen. I've thought about doing the structure fire stuff, but I'm actually afraid of heights. And going up on a 30 or 40-foot ladder isn't my jam. But doing wildland fire is a big deal for me. So I actually have all my equipment, again, everything online, which a lot of it is weather. You have to know humidity, you have to know, terrain, that sort of thing. So I actually was able to fly through it pretty quickly. And actually, I'm going to enhance my certification around weather so that I can actually go to a fire and actually be not their IMET, not be their incident meteorologist because I don't have a meteorology degree, but I can go as like a weather spotter for the fire and actually use some of those gifts in that spot. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, Jeff, I've already responded to probably 50 calls in the last 3 weeks. We've had a lot here, and I have a pretty flexible schedule. So I've responded to all kinds of stuff. Lots of med runs, traffic accidents, smoke investigations, that kind of deal. So yeah, we're hopping, man. Thanks, Corn. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, of course, Nancy. I will for sure, Paula. I promise. Darlene, where are you at? I don't know. Clear by us. I'm not sure where you're at. You got to remind me where you're at. So, oh, PM rain. Nancy, yeah. Because your system doesn't arrive till Wednesday or Thursday. So let's go look at Michigan again. Yeah, you're a day behind us because of the timing of the system. So your tomorrow is rain at first. So we get our snow beginning tomorrow night. You guys there's your rain first tomorrow night, Nancy, and then watch it turn to snow. Got it? There you go. Yeah, so you're going to see rain first because ahead of the cold front, you're actually going to be warmer. All right, let's watch your temps bottom out at that same period of time. So as we get into Tuesday, there's your temps right there, right? You're going to be in the upper 30s near 40, right? So anything that falls is going to be rain. Now watch the cold front catch up to you. It's going to turn it all to snow. There you go. Hope that helps. All right, any other questions? What else you guys got? We got some time. You can ask questions. Thanks for asking the firefighter questions. I appreciate it. It's a fun adventure. It's been an interesting journey. I really like helping. I went on a med run today. A gentleman that fell. We had to help him get up, and then EMTs got there and put a heart monitor on him and stuff. And his wife was just frantic, and so the role I played, because the paramedics were in with a heart monitor on him and all that, I actually sat down with her in the living room and just asked her questions. How long have you lived here? Tell me about your community. And just to calm her down a little bit. So did I help anybody? Was I doing CPR or anything like that? No. But I was calming down a 80-year-old woman and just talking about, hey, I've been on the fire department only 3 weeks, and here's what I do normally, and that kind of stuff. So it was fun to be helpful with her. certainly I was helpful in lifting her husband, who was a big dude, and so was able to use a little bit of my 6'2", 200-pound frame and do a little bit of lifting there. Um, but yeah, I mean, sometimes the best thing you can do is just have a conversation with somebody. Yeah, so every scene has been a little bit different for me in what I do, whether it's a traffic accident or a medical run, um, that kind of deal. So I just jump in where I can. I'm gonna try to be helpful. Yeah, the training continues every week. We do different trainings. So actually, a week ago, the training was on the SCBA stuff. So that's the actual like put on a mask, get on the oxygen tank on your back, get yourself clipped in, get your oxygen onto your mask, and breathe. And that sometimes that's scary for people because when you put on that mask initially and your oxygen isn't pumped into it, it's very claustrophobic type in there, and you have to be able to do it in a minute and all that stuff too. So that was really fascinating. I was actually a little worried about putting on that mask and breathing, but just fine. To put on that air tank and to run it in, all that stuff. So yes, Jeff, I did tell her about tornado chasing today because I had a Colorado Storm Chaser shirt on because I was doing stuff around the house when the call came out, and I didn't have time to change. So but yeah, so bunkers, the fire pants and jacket, you have to be able to get into all that with your helmet and all that stuff in a minute. Did that without any problem. And then now you got to get into all of um, your breathing apparatus stuff in a minute. So got to get your backpack on with your oxygen tank, flip your switch on, get your hose latched on, get it into your mask and all that within a minute. So it's pretty cool. Um, yeah. All right. What other questions you guys got? Just kind of hanging here. We're gonna bounce off here in a little bit, um, and I'm gonna do a little bit more work. Just catch up on a little bit of work. Lasana, my neighbor, is here. Um, Lasana, you just missed all of our fire department stories. The crew was asking me about the calls I've responded to and all that stuff here um, over the last couple weeks. So yeah, John, a little bit different. So not scuba gear, right? Not going underwater. This is putting on oxygen and going into smoke and fires and that situation. So, but yeah, it's Paul. It's got some weight to it, no doubt, and the speed at which you got to get it put on, all that stuff. So, and our engines are we have it set up so that when you're sitting in the back of the engine, you can strap yourself on the way of the call. I respond to one of our secondary stations because it's closer to me, and I actually will arrive in a rescue vehicle and then have to run over to a truck and get an oxygen tank on if I'm going to dive into something. So, but yeah, you're right, Johanna. The survival suits. I've seen, one of my favorite shows is Deadliest Catch, which I'm actually watching right now on the treadmill when I treadmill, and they have been doing. They always talk about survival suits. Yep, yep, yep. All right. Any other amazing questions before we bounce off? But again, you've seen it. You've seen the totals. Really anywhere west of 25 is going to see the most snow. You're going to be closer to those higher end totals west of 25. Where you could get to. Cassie, thanks for the stars, by the way. You could get into those 10-inch totals. Some people like in and around Boulder or Golden, even in our neck of the woods, maybe in Cascade, West Cliff could see closer to a foot. So those are all potential totals for tomorrow. And then that cold air kicks in behind it. So yeah. Yeah. Nancy, you're on my screen, you're cutting off. All I see is thank you for your PATI. It must be just using my iPhone and what it's doing to your kind of a deal. Georgetown, yeah. I mean, there's that point where you go too far west, and then you actually have the mountains that are actually going to cause lower snow totals, like actually like Woodland Park, which is west of us, might have lower snowfall totals for us because you're depending on some upslope snow. So those winds, let's see if I can show you guys on a map tomorrow. Wind barbs, see if we can do this. I don't know if this is gonna work here to show you guys what's gonna happen here. Yeah, absolutely, Jessica. Thanks for asking the questions. Yeah, this is a little bit of a good indication. So notice our winds here are east. So it's going to take that moisture and shove it up the mountain, similar to how we get our hail and our thunderstorms. And so right along the foothills are where we're going to see the most snow because you're going to get that added lift of that moisture to turn into snow. So you can see these wind barbs are all out of the east. Once you go too far in the mountains, your winds turn around from the west. And west winds have a drying effect. And so you get less snow when you get too far west of the Continental Divide. But places like Georgetown, yeah, we'll be far enough west to get some good amounts and probably not too far west. But this is an upslope event. These are winds that are be going up the mountains prior, because of the surface low that will be spinning. And you can see surface low is going to be right about here. And you can see it just by the wind barbs. And that's going to force wind up the ridges, up the mountains, and give us snow. There you go. Exactly. Hey, we need this, guys. We're east of the highway along I-25. Our snow's been terrible this year. Mountains are doing really good. The snowpack in the mountains is really good right now. But man, it hasn't been good for us. So we need this. I haven't turned on my snowblower yet. And so actually that's one of the things to do in the morning is to make sure it fires up, got gas in it, ready to go. Because I need to make sure my driveway is clear to get out. Because I'm sure we will get a few calls. Our our department covers Ute Pass, so covers the pass that we drive between Manitou and Woodland Park, that entire pass. And so early on in snowstorms, we get some accidents. The longer we go with a snow event, people slow down and the injury accidents go way down. It's really the first couple hours of snow where people are going way too fast that you get like injury accidents. So, anyways, all right, guys. Hey, we're gonna end it right there. But yeah, hang in there. We may post tomorrow morning for sure. Yeah, exactly. Johanna, remember to get snow or to get rain. Remember, you need to take the moisture at the surface and get it up into the air. And so the mountains give you that ramp to get that moisture up into the air. So it's it's the same in the winter as it is in the summer. You've got to get the moisture at the surface and get it up into the atmosphere. And so you need what we call a lift mechanism. Remember, y'all, the acronym, shear lift instability moisture. You need a lift mechanism. Thanks for doing that, Paula. Thanks for working that security tonight. So the mountains give us the lift that we need for snow. So there you go. All right, guys. Hey, good seeing you. If you got questions, we will tomorrow morning, most likely. Not do an entire breakdown of forecast again, but we will tomorrow morning post snowfall totals for Colorado tomorrow morning just to see what the models do. Hey, and then we're going to be testing something tomorrow. So you're going to see a live feed. You're welcome, Cassie. You're going to see a live feed go up tomorrow morning. We're testing a brand new 360 camera that we think will work with Facebook Live. So you'll be able to, and we'll still trying to figure out, it may end up only on our supporter page. Haven't figured out what we're going to do with it yet. But we should be able to broadcast live 360. We tried it with the GoPro and it didn't work. The only way it worked with a GoPro, it would only give you a shot straight ahead. We're actually going to have the ability for you on the live to rotate the camera. So we're going to test it. I just got it today. We're going to test it tomorrow morning. We're buying some equipment for it. But look for a live feed tomorrow that you can kind of manipulate for a little bit. And we'll see what happens. So there you go. Pretty cool. Trying to always get new toys for you and new ways for you to experience what we're doing. That may be a supporter only type event because you guys are awesome. And I know you guys, sacrifice a few bucks a month to be part of that page, and I want to give you that benefit. So we'll see. But tomorrow morning, look for a live feed. That might be a good 360 look. So, all right, y'all. Good seeing you. Love having you guys on our page. Have a good night, and we will post more totals tomorrow. So, all right, guys. See you later. Bye.